Hi everybody, Chapter 9. Mr. Wickins Reads, The Outlaw Varjak Paw by SF Said, illustrated beautifully by Dave McKeen. Here we go, Chapter 9. Varjak dreamed that night. He dreamed he was back in Mesopotamia. He tasted the wild mint air. He blinked in the bright, silent sunlight. The sky was so clear and blue, he could see the stars even though it was daytime. He was on the mountain with Jalal. They were standing on the summit. It was a sheer precipice, an open drop. They could walk no further without falling. Yet above them, ahead of them, was that mountain range, impossibly huge and perfect, and impossibly far away.
"Are you ready to climb those mountains?" said Jalal.
"How?" said Varjak. "We can't climb any further."
"Sometimes," said Jalal, "in order to go up, you must go down."
Varjak looked down into the whiteness. At first he thought he was staring at the snowy slopes of the nearest mountain, but then the whiteness opened up and drifted away, and he realised with a horrible jolt that he'd actually been looking at a bank of clouds. He was so high, he was higher than the clouds. Oh, I felt giddy. "We can't go down there," he said, "it's too far."
"A single jump should do it,"
said Jalal cheerfully. "But we'll fall."
"Precisely. We need only fall, and we will be there."
Varjak looked through the clouds and saw that the nearest mountain slopes were much further below than he thought. He couldn't be sure where space ended and the mountain began. He felt dizzy thinking about it. The view wobbled dangerously and he had to look up. "It's too far, Jalal. We'll never make it." Jalal drew back. His amber eyes sparkled in the sun. He raised a paw in readiness. And then he raced at the precipice, the drop, the edge of the mountain, and sprang forwards into space. "Jalal! No!" cried Varjak. He rushed to the edge just in time to see the old cat arcing through the air, plunging into the clouds and disappearing from view. He was gone. Gone! Varjak stood alone on the mountain. He shook his head. This was madness. He couldn't jump off a mountain. He'd be killed. His body would smash to pieces. He'd surely die, yet Jalal had done it. He looked down. His stomach churned. He didn't like being alone here. The wild mint air was going to his head again. He cursed his mad old ancestor, but what else could he do? Jalal left him no choice. He drew back, shut his eyes, and still cursing the name of Jalal, Varjak Paw ran at the edge of the mountain. He sprang forwards and flew into the clearest and bluest sky. Whooping, shrieking, soaring, he plunged through the clouds. Air rushed through his fur, his whiskers, his face. He was falling through space and whoop, finally landing lightly on his paws, safe on the other side. He'd done it. He'd crossed the chasm. He'd jumped the void. He'd made it to the other mountain. Jalal stood beside him, combing his whiskers.
"Not so hard once you let go, is it?"
said the old cat. He gestured at a path winding up into the heights ahead of them.
"And now we have fallen, we can climb once again."
And that's the end of Chapter 9. I wonder what lesson that will apply to when he's back in his own world. Amazing. Thank you very much. And I'll see you for Chapter 10 tomorrow night. And then let's hope it's a cliffhanger that'll keep us on tenterhooks all weekend. Okay, bye-bye. See you soon.